Thanks for checking out another clip of the Cashflow Contractor. We'd love to have you as a part of our audience. Click subscribe wherever you get your podcast.
So what's a real constraint client has where we think that software potentially could happen? And you don't have to even know that. What's a constraint?
Well, I really like the way you're approaching it because that's how we coach forever. Look for the weakest link. Well, a constraint is tracking a pipeline of leads. Right.
Okay, why is this a constraint? Like, really explain this. Give me
people,
a real one, like a real client right now. Their constraint is this.
Well, I don't have any whose particular constraint is that right now, but it's a very real.
But
people are calling in, or people contact me. They send in a form on the website I paid to have set up, or they call and I didn't get the message. Anyway, basically, you have people contacting you, and nobody gets back to them. Nobody follows up.
Right.
And do you want me to say why that is? I mean,
no. I think we all understand that one. Is this? It's really important that we choose a very real constraint.
These are hard.
Yeah. So you have someone dealing with this. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and have had
all right.
Everybody kind of dealing with it at some point.
Okay. So the constraint is that we are missing out on leads. Would we say that? We're not.
Yeah.
Okay?
Ultimate
leads are falling through the cracks.
Is we're not selling enough. Why not? Well, we're not following up with our leads.
Okay. So now we ask why, right?
Right.
So, and you basically started that. We're not closing enough sales. Why? Well, we don't have enough leads. Why? Well, we have enough leads, but we're not converting the leads well enough. Okay. Why? Well, it looks like they're falling through the crack and we're really slow to engage with them. Okay. Why? Right. So you just keep asking why, and this helps us determine what we actually need. So you gave a couple examples of people maybe calling or filling out a form. Let's choose one of those. Which one do you want to start with?
People they call you and they leave a message.
Okay. So people are calling and we're not answering the phone.
Yeah, I'm on the roof.
So this could be a couple of things. One, it could be a personnel problem and not a software issue, right? But maybe they're intertwined. We'll talk about that. Maybe it's literally only you answering the phone and you're also doing the job. So you need someone to answer the phone for you. So you probably need to hire someone or an answering service or something along those lines. Or something that people don't think about is not even having your leads come through your phone, having a different process that you can automate where leads come in through. Now, you want to make sure that you're tailoring the process to how customers want to engage with you and buy from you and become a lead for you. But if they're willing to schedule through a website, if they're willing to do it via email or do it through a chat, then take them through that process because you can automate it. But if they want to talk to a real person, okay, we need to probably hire someone to do that. Now, let's say that that's not the issue. Let's say that the issue is not, we actually have people that can answer the phone. The issue is that our phone system sucks. Our phone is an iPhone sitting in the office, but sometimes people are inside the shop and they're not inside the office, or they're out on the job site. And so no one answers the phone. Right? Or someone puts the phone on silent or whatever it is. Okay, we need to change that process, and software can help with that. OpenPhone's a sponsor of our podcast. That's a great software for this because not only can you have your phone in the cloud where it's not on the physical iPhone or the desk phone that's in the office, it can be accessed from anyone's computer in the world, anyone's phone in the world, and ring directly to your phone. It'll also record those calls. It'll also connect directly to your CRM. And from there, you can automate a lot of processes to make the lead follow-up immediate and automated.
So how does somebody who's harried, normal business, working in the business, have time to go find out what software are out there and how to choose?
Yeah. So once you've narrowed down what your real constraint is, like, man, I need a different phone system. Now it becomes a lot clearer of what to research. Most business owners are fairly savvy and intuitive. They understand how to do a Google search for phone system, right? Now, what's going to happen there is you're going to get a ton of different ads and marketing about phone systems, right? But once you know exactly what the problem is, this is where it's really valuable to have a community, right? Of peers that you trust, advisors that you trust. Hey, contractors on Facebook groups, what are you doing for your phone system currently? right? Hey, Cashflow Contractor listeners, what are you currently doing for a phone system? Hey, business coach, do you know phone systems that will help us have multiple people be able to answer the phones from multiple locations at any given time with automated call recording and transcribing and connect to my CRM? And you may not know all those features, but hey, my problem is that we're missing phone calls and we're missing opportunities with leads. I want to make sure that we're getting this done right every single time. We have the staff, but we don't have the system or the tool. What do you have? So essentially, that gives you the being able to define your problem is
Right.
more than half the battle of finding the right software.
Right.
You've got to be able to define your problem. Then you want to start thinking about, overall how it applies to your tech stack. Meaning, just like a lot of the guys out there want to have, a DeWalt toolbox with DeWalt drill, DeWalt tool, just everything is DeWalt or everything's
the bag,
Milwaukee,
the bits.
whatever it is, right? That's your toolbox, your tool stack. Same thing with your tech stack. You want to make sure that they all play nicely together, right? That you're not worried about changing out batteries from Milwaukee to DeWalt. I don't even know if they use the same battery or not, but that would be an issue if I have to have a different battery for each different tool, right? Same thing. I don't want to have to worry about creating silos or all the phone calls are an open phone and we can't get them out of there or they're on the iPhone and that's stuck there. We can't get it out of there at all. So you want to have a good tech stack or toolbox of software that plays nicely together and that connects to each other. These days, it's pretty easy to find softwares. Integrations are pretty easy to create through Zapier or Make or other integration providers, but a lot of them are also creating their own integrations with each other. Usually the bigger the software company, meaning I'm not going with something very specific, like you had mentioned, MoreAware, we know that from Sergio. That's very specific to countertop companies. They're not going to have a lot of integrations. But if you go with a bigger company like HubSpot or OpenPhone or Google, they're going to have a lot of integrations available and they're going to play a little bit nice with each other. The other nice thing to consider with that is you're going to get a lot better support and product build out of the software. Like they have a whole team dedicated to features on their software versus like the MoreAware example, they have a team dedicated to the entire platform. You're just going to get better feature updates, better UI, better user experience, goes to customer support. And you may pay more, but not necessarily. You may pay less because they have a bigger market. So it's a cheaper price.
Let me ask you a question on that kind of now. You've found a problem. You're out there selecting software. Do you try to define, I've asked you this before, you try to define the system first and find a software that at least is very close? Or do you go and, so you're basically automating or digitizing, whatever you want to say, what you already do or most of what you do? Or do you go into it, grab a software and follow what it tells you?
Yeah. So the way that I think about this is your process intellectual property? Like if that's a yes, meaning the way that we build cabinets and not obviously people build cabinets all over the world. That's not intellectual property, but the way that we run our edge bander, the way that we, use the CNC machine and the stations that we have set up inside the shop and the layout of the shop, that's maybe our intellectual property, right? Like it's our secret sauce. It allows us to run, 15% more efficient than competitors and save costs. I don't know. If your process is intellectual property, then you might consider the system first, then the software. But running payroll is not going to be intellectual property for your business. So you should probably just let the software be the system.
Thanks for checking out a clip from the Cashflow Contractor. We have full episodes where we go deep on topics that help you grow a construction business that runs without you so you can have less stress, more time, more money. Now, we've got other videos, other clips, but if you want to check out the full episode for this clip, you can click wherever our editor put it. It might be here, it might be there. might be over my face. I don't know. But thank you for checking us out. We'd love to have you as a part of our audience. So subscribe or check out a full episode wherever you get podcasts.